Hey y'all, I'm your host, Ms. Samuel, and you are tuned in to Blended Times. I want to start this episode by thanking each and every single one of you who are constantly coming back to hear more of what I have to say. I've been getting really good feedback about Blended Ties and my voice and all these things, so I appreciate it. I also would like to introduce you to this fine black man sitting next to me. This is my honey baby. Go ahead. Say hello.
What's going on, y'all? My name is P. Nice to meet y'all again.
So as you guys know, the last episode I shared how we met and how we became to be, well, not all the details in the end, but mainly how we met. When we go out and we're with, some friends, family, sometimes they ask, how did we meet? And the story is never really all that consistent on his end. So I wanted to share my truth. So
Here she go. She started early. Okay.
So I wanted to share my truth. And I thought a great way to do that was on the podcast. Excuse me.
Podcast.
Yo, he doesn't let anything slide. If I slip up on any word, he is here to remind me like it didn't just happen. But anyway, so I thought it would be great to share. So since I shared my side, I thought it would be great to have him on so he could share his side. Excuse the train. We live near the train, and I know the mics pick up everything, so I'm sure you can hear it. I wanted to say that he has his version, and I think it's an interesting version, and the changes you guys will see for yourself. I do want to say, you notice that it's being recorded. This was per his request. He asked that there be visual and all this good stuff, so here we are.
That's a fact. We got to get this thing straight.
So
Tripping.
After this quick break, we'll dive right in and you will hear P's side on how we met.
This is much deeper than jabs and hooks, bobbing and weaving, road work, much, much deeper than that. See, we don't see a difference between the ring, the gym, and the streets. Not at all. No. Much more. There is a certain amount of give and take, a certain rhythm, a certain amount of discipline, a certain amount of reps that you have to put in, not just in the ring, but in life. So if we can marry the two, we're not just making you a better striker. We're not just making you more attentive in the ring. We're allowing you to develop the skills to be a little bit more consistent in life. So when you enter the ring, it's the same way you enter life, with the ability to get knocked down and get up, with the ability to read the next move, with the ability to be 3 or 4 moves ahead of the game. So when we say be elite, it's not just in the ring. When we say be elite, it's the ability to recruit the necessary disciplines for life. Yeah.
Welcome back, and I'm not gonna waste any time. Let's just get right into it. Go ahead, share your side, babe. How did we meet?
All right. Well, basically, a few years back, one of my best friends, childhood friends, ended up getting married. And so our initial, interaction or us meeting for the first time was actually at the wedding, but we didn't really, exchange like that. It was just more so, how you doing? This is mama's, this is P. And it was, just that, right? So
I don't even remember that.
I feel like
and my memory is elite.
I feel like maybe about what was about a week ago. A week later.
It was that weekend, so they got married on like a Monday or a Tuesday.
So that weekend they ended up having like a little celebration type thing. It was more like a brunch, right? We had to wear like all white and lavender. That was the colors. So me being from Harlem and all that, I show up in all my glory and splendor. You feel me? Now the way the venue that they used was actually like a courtyard to my best friend's newly wife. And the courtyard was set up pretty nice or whatever the case may be. So when I step into the courtyard, there were already people there. And the way that everything was structured, the tables were like right next to the entryway. So as soon as I walk through the entryway, I meet my friend Ja, which is the person that just, recently got married.
Mm-hmm.
So we sitting there kicking it, the music is playing. It's a real nice day, right?
It was beautiful. It was.
Nice
Summertime.
And so as I'm talking to Ja, I just so happened to look up, and across the courtyard was this young lady looking at me, right? But it was like a piercing look, right? Like she was looking like, how when a person make eye contact and that they looking at you.
Is that true?
It was that type of thing, right? So I'm like, yo, bro. I lean back to my man. I'm like, yo, bro. I'm like, yo, who that? Right? So no sooner than I turn back towards him, right? When I'm turning back around, she already dead in my face, right?
I was already heading to the door.
Nah, fam.
Y'all
listen. Hold on, wait a minute. You had the floor. It's my turn now, okay? All right. So when I turn back around, boom, she's standing right there, all in my space, right? So I'm like, oh, in my head, that's what I'm doing. I'm still trying to keep it cool. I'm like, oh. So she goes, your name? I go, my name P. She goes, well, does your mother call you by that name? I'm like, oh, you right. My fault. My name Paris. How you doing? You know what I'm saying? So I introduced myself the correct way, the formal way.
I probably said that.
Right?
I probably
the
said
formal
that.
way. Right? So now the whole time, like when Ja's witnessing this exchange, his eyebrows they raised so high that they touching his hairline. You feel me? He like. So I look back, we make that, it's that silent language, and you like, hey, yo, what's good? So anyway, so she goes, you want to go to the store? Would you like to go to the store with me? Yes.
I did not say yes at the end.
Now, the thing is, right? You have ways of telling people, right, without telling them, like with that question, but you really telling them what to do. That's exactly what she did. I felt the pressure in my heart. You know what I'm saying?
He could have said no.
So check it though, right? So she goes, would you like to go to the store with me? Yes. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like,
who talks like that?
So I'm like, yo, she mad aggressive. I'm like, all right, cool.
I'm
but
I
was a little apprehensive, but I'm like, hey, she's here, so she must be somebody of importance, and she can't be that dangerous, right? So I'm like, I agree, you know what I'm saying? So we ended up hopping and we left. We had to go to the liquor store, as a matter of fact, because I feel like people were supposed to bring liquor.
And they didn't.
They probably was maybe about 2 bottles on the table, and there was a lot of people there.
Okay.
So.
See, that's consistent.
You gonna let me talk?
I'm sorry.
All right. So, like I said, I agreed to go to the store with her. So, boom, we head out. We end up taking her car, right? So on the way, now she's not too familiar, I guess, with Harlem. So she was asking me what's the nearest, liquor store. So we initially went to Fifth Avenue. The liquor store on Fifth Avenue was closed, so we ended up going to a store on 134th and Lenox Ave. 134th or 133rd, one of those blocks. So when we get there, right, we small talk, so we get there, and she asks me, what should I buy? So, I give her a few, I guess choices to choose from, and what I feel like, people generally drink. So, so she started going crazy. Boom, she picking mad bottles. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, right? So
that happened first. Right? Then you gave me the choice.
So check it. Right? So when she going through the her selection of the bottles that she wants, she getting the biggest bottles, by the way. The big boy bottle.
It was for a celebration. I'm not gonna come with a personal size.
So I'm like, yo, she must got bread, like, you know what I'm saying? She must got some yicking. So now, as I'm thinking this in my head, right? As I'm thinking this in my head, I look at her and she looking at me. She turns, she like, hey, yo, but I'm saying though, like, how much bread you got on you?
I don't even talk.
I'm like, yo, wait a minute. First of all,
I don't even talk like that. And
First of all,
I got my own coins. I was not asking him.
So check it out though. She
to
pressed
purchase
me.
anything.
All right. So this is how I go, right? I get to the party. She pressed me. I don't even understand how I really ended up in a liquor store, but I did. You know what I'm saying? And now she asking me how much bread I got on me. So I already kind of see how the energy going, right?
I don't know if y'all can see this leg shaking
So now,
underneath the table.
You listen, man. Listen. You know, I suffer from PTSD. You understand? You know what I mean? So, but anyway, so I play it cool because I didn't know where it was going. I didn't want to be aggressive back. Things could have went left. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? I got you. You know what I mean? I'm trying to play smart. I need to get back to the party. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
But anyway, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up paying for the liquor or whatever the case may be, right? So when we head back out, we get in the car. And so now, as we driving back to the location, she asking me little questions, trying to, find out what I'm about, you know what I mean, where I'm from, what I'm into, what I do. So I'm giving her, a little bit of information, but like after those chain of events, I was a little apprehensive about really opening my book for her to read fully. You understand? So I told her, I was also into entertainment. I do music. I'm a musician. I'm an artist, recording artist. And, I do music, basically. So she's like, oh, really? She was like, okay, well, what kind of music do you do? I said, I do hip hop, you know what I'm saying? But I don't put myself in a box. I deal with a wide range of different styles and, sounds of music.
He is very versatile.
So she like, oh, word, rap for me right now.
I did not.
I'm like, what? I'm like, rap for you, like.
I did not ask him.
She was talking to
Who
me
am
like.
I? Did he? I did not ask him.
She was talking to me like she was a record exec. Next thing you know, she probably would have wanted me to tap dance or something. You know what I mean?
You know what?
And juggle at the same time. You know what I mean? But anyway, so I'm like, rap for you. I'm like, I ain't doing all that, but I could play some music for you. You know what I'm saying? So we by this time we pulled up back in front of the location, but we just parked and we just sitting in the car. So I ends up linking my phone to a stereo system in the car, and we listened to about 3 songs. Right now, I remember. Let's recap. When you was talking about, I made you listen to my entire catalog of 3 songs. That's crazy. You talking about me like you know what I'm saying?
No,
like my catalog is deep. First of all, ain't no 3 songs.
It was.
I'm a grown man. You understand?
Okay. So he definitely had more than 3 songs.
Way more.
I recall 3 of them that were really, really good and they stood out to me. But he played, all of his stuff was good, but the ones that I thought that I could hear on the radio were like 3 of them. So that was the highlight, which is why I said that.
Okay. All right. Long as you know. As long as y'all know. Because I don't like that misinformation being, yeah, she bugged out.
His catalog is extensive. You got stuff on SoundCloud, right?
SoundCloud. Apple
Music, it's everywhere.
So it's everywhere. You know what I mean? Spotify.
His name is CON-PHETTI. Watch his move and you'll see why.
There she go. She know what's going on.
So go ahead and tune in.
So anyway, we sitting there, we vibing to the music. You know what I mean? I'm seeing that she's softening up a little bit. I'm like, okay, this must be the way in. You know what I'm saying? So we listening to the music. She was like, "Yo, so what inspires you? You know what I mean? What drives your I guess your imagination and your creativity?" And I just was telling her, just the things that I've seen, the things that I've been through. You know what I mean? And witnessed firsthand. And I just basically put it down. It's like therapy for me. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how that went, right? So now, after we finished listening to music, right? She's still holding me hostage in the car.
Holding him hostage. He wanted
holding
to be
me
there.
Holding me hostage, right? So I want to say we left the to go to the liquor store maybe about 4 p.m.
I know y'all hear the water and everything in the back. We grow our own vegetation, so I don't know if y'all can see the contraption.
It's a tower garden,
but it's watering itself. So
self-sustaining.
Just want y'all to know what y'all hearing.
She trying to see what she doing is she trying to distract y'all from
No,
the
I'm not.
That's what's going on. She trying to distract y'all.
I'm pretty sure y'all like.
I need y'all to stay focused. Understand?
Go ahead.
Now, right? So we left about maybe 4 p.m. to go to the liquor store. So by the time
It was earlier than that.
all right, well, put it like
Because
this.
it started at like 2.
So let's say we left at 3 o'clock, right? We didn't get back into the spot till about 6:30.
He OD.
6:30.
It was probably like an hour later, but it definitely
I
wasn't.
felt like at the end of everything, right? When we finally decided to get out the car and go into, and rejoin the function, she knew my social security number. She knew where my mom's lived. She knew where I was born at. Like, just extracting all kind of information.
How? When you didn't even share, you just
So on
told
the back
the
of
people.
no earlier, I said once, we was vibing to the music, right? We softened up a little bit.
Oh, so now I know everything. At that point,
Who sent you? Who sent you?
God sent me.
I heard you. I ain't gonna argue that. You know what I'm saying? So, so basically, you know what I'm saying, we ends up going back into the spot, right? Now when we get there, it's about to be dark time now. So people looking and they like, yo, where was y'all at? You know what I'm saying? Y'all was going for that long. Y'all went to go make the liquor. So I ain't say nothing, Shorty talking, her talk. I ain't
That
say
was
nothing.
consistent. I said the same thing.
Right? I ain't really say nothing. So boom, now the food is being served and all that. I'm starving, you know what I mean? So I ends up going sitting down with one of my homeboys that was also there at the function, and we talking and we kicking it or whatever. I think my little brother was there with me too. So we sitting there talking, kicking it, and then so Shorty comes back over, right? And she's like, "Are you hungry?" And she grabbed my shoulder like this. She like, "Are you hungry? You want to eat? You hungry?" Chill out. I'm showing her.
I did not touch him like that.
You went. I was sitting down. I wasn't sitting down talking.
I did not touch you.
You did.
No, all right.
You came over. You was like, "Yo, you hungry? You want something to eat?" And you was doing all that. So I'm like, "Yo, why does she feel like she gotta, consistently apply pressure? Like we don't gotta do all that. If you like me, you like me. Just say that." You know
If
what I mean?
I
get
like
it.
him, I
get
like
it.
him.
I understand. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah. I'm hungry, but you wildin' though. Like, at the end of the day, like, I can fight too. Like, you're not the only tough person out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So she like, all right, I'm about to make you a plate, but be easy though, all right? Because it could get hectic. I'm like, what that mean? I'm like, what that mean?
What?
She don't even respond to that. She spins off, right? I'm like, oh. I'm like, all right.
It's something else.
All right. So boom. So maybe about 10 minutes later, she come back with the plate. You know what I'm saying? Fix me a nice plate too. I ain't gonna front. It's a nice plate. Had a little bit of everything on there. The curry chicken.
Everything except pork.
So yeah, I don't do the pork thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not good for the body. Tastes good, but I love my body more. Feel me? But anyway, so she make me the plate. So after she finished making me the plate, she makes herself a plate, and she comes and she sit next to me. You know what I'm saying? So we kicking it a little bit more. I believe your cousin was also there, right?
She was, and I had to leave because she didn't want any of the food. So remember, at that time, that's when you made the toast that I wasn't there for.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, she missed out, on the epic toast that I made to my homeboy and his lady.
Well, it wasn't for me; it was for them, so they received it. So it's cool.
Whatever that means. You see how she be shooting for no reason?
What? How am I
Crazy.
shooting? He said I missed
It's
it.
the tone.
And
You
he
don't
said
gotta
it was
always shoot with the
unfortunate.
words. You can shoot with the tone too.
He said it was unfortunate that I
Fellas,
missed
y'all
it.
know what I'm talking about.
But it wasn't for me.
But I'm saying though, but you always bring it up like you missed out on something, right?
What? I'm just letting you know in that moment, that's where I was.
All right. Watch your hands, man. Watch your hands.
Yo.
Chill out. All right. So anyway, so when I end up making the toast, you know what I'm saying, she was she left. I think you took her to get something to eat or something. My cousin to get something to eat. So boom. So when they get back, by the time they get back, it's basically time to wrap it up now. So we basically, helping John and his lady, take everything down, like the decorations, and just kind of like fix the courtyard back up. So, Malone being who she is, Mama.
Miss Samuel.
Excuse me.
All of my names.
Right, Mama Wild right now, right?
It's cool.
So anyway, when she gets back, being the person that she is, she extended a helping hand as well. You know what I mean? So once we finished packing everything up and situating the place, it was time to leave. So now the thing is, by the time it was time for us to leave, at the time I lived in Staten Island. And anybody know about Staten Island, the ferry stopped running at a certain time, right? So I'm like, yo, I ain't have a car at the time, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't get back to take a ferry, and I wasn't about to pay no cab, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just go to my brother crib. He live in the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? So, but before all that, I believe you needed to drop a few people off, right?
No, I was dropping off the stuff they had. It was like a cooler.
Okay, yeah.
It was some, what is it, the sternal racks and stuff
Right.
for the food. Just
And I insisted. I said I'll ride out with you.
he did.
You know what I'm saying? I said I'll ride out with you. So we ended up stopping at a gas station.
Okay.
Right. So you know, me being a gentleman, you know what I mean? Me being a gentleman, I offered, to put some gas in the tank.
He didn't even offer. Okay. I
No,
pulled in. You didn't. I pulled in. He got right out. He didn't say anything.
All right, so I took charge.
See, look at I'm giving y'all
charge.
the truth.
I took charge.
Okay?
Nah, I'm gonna give you credit where credit is due.
Okay.
You understand me? I'm gonna give you credit. I'm always do that. I ain't gonna never take nothing from you. I would never do that. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So after that, you know what I'm saying? Now it's getting real late, right? So I'm like, all right. I'm like, yo, can you ask her, can she drop me off at my brother's crib? We already in the Bronx, so she was like, all right, cool, that's no biggie, right? So the whole time while we chilling and we kicking it, I ain't gonna lie, I started digging shorty, started digging her. You know what I'm saying? She got a, she's very aggressive and direct, right? But I like that though. I like that. So that's probably why I was entertaining all the dangerous activities.
The dangerous activities
that she had going on earlier. You know what I mean? Like I let her kidnap me and go to the liquor store. You know what I mean? Like I was kind of playing possum. You know what I mean? So anyway, as she's driving me to my brother's crib, you know what I mean? We chopping it. So now she giving me a little background about her and all that, right? And the more she's talking, you know what I'm saying? She has a beautiful voice. I'm pretty sure that everybody notices that by now. You know what I mean? Listening to the podcast, she has a beautiful voice. She speaks very elegantly.
Oh, baby.
Eloquently, excuse me. You know what I mean? And it's captivating, you know what I'm saying? So she probably was like putting a little spell on me or something.
I don't do things like that.
You don't?
No.
Why are you looking at the camera like that?
Because I want the people to know.
All right. So anyway, you know what I mean? So we kicking it. I'm like, yo, I kind of like her. She dangerous, but I like her. Right?
He did say that a lot in the beginning. You dangerous. I'm like, what that
You know what I'm
mean?
saying?
Like, what you talking about?
Or what you call this? It's called
Oh, there goes the train again. Sorry, guys.
a sapiosexual. That's what it's called. When you're attracted to intellect.
Maybe we could Google it.
I believe it's sapiosexual. Don't quote me, but I believe that's what it's called. You know what I'm saying? When somebody, gains your attention and your attraction through their intellect. You know what I mean? Their level of intelligence. So, I'm one of those guys. So the more she talked, you know what I'm saying? I'm digging her mindset. You know what I mean? She seemed like she about her business and all that. And she got them luscious melons on her mouth.
Yo.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, it could be the liquor, you know what I mean? Or
no.
it's late. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I get.
He don't even drink like that.
Y'all know
so it
how,
definitely wasn't the liquor.
Y'all know how I get. Y'all know how I get. You know what I'm saying? When you vibing with a person in close quarters and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we talking, and we exchanging, we going back and forth. And in your episode, you made it seem like I was just running your ear off and I held you hostage and all that. That's definitely not how it went. We was kicking it.
We were kicking it, but I was so tired. And when you're tired.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Hold on.
And you're ready
to
end your night.
Time out. Wait a minute. You said that I was chatting. That was your word. You said I was chatting, right? And then you were saying that like the conversation was dry. Like you was
wasn't dry.
You was hitting me with the word.
I didn't want to give him. I did do that.
Y'all know what that means when somebody hit you with a word that's crazy. You know what that means.
The conversation wasn't dry.
She was trying to pack me up. Y'all.
I was trying to pack him up so I could go home and rest.
She was trying to pack me, but you could have just said that and try to make it seem like
they hearing it now. He wasn't just chatting for no reason.
All right, there we go. That's all I want. That's all I want. That's all I want.
The conversation was still very, very good. I was just tired and I didn't want to say anything that would prolong it. Right? Am I using the word correctly?
I apologize for that. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't want to extend the exchange.
The whole thing
I was ready
right?
to wrap it up.
The whole thing was from the gate, right? She came out with guns blazing. She wasn't playing. She was shooting her shot, like shooting out the gate. You understand? So I realized, you know what I'm saying, once I start breaking down those walls, you know what I'm saying, I start seeing she was short. I said, all right, now I'm going to go for the kill. She ran out of ammo. It's my turn now.
I was tired.
It's my turn now. Let's play. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically how that went. You know what I mean? So basically, we sit in the car, you know, she getting tired. So when I noticed that she was getting a little tired, and I knew she had to drive all the way back to BK, like she was all the way in East New York too, so she was deep.
The borderline of Brooklyn and
you know what I'm
Queens
saying?
is far.
So I was like, you know what? Let me chill out. You know what I mean? I done hit her with crazy flurries. You know what I'm saying? So I know she dazed out. I'm gonna let her sit on that for a minute. So I was like, you know what? I know you tired. I know it's getting late. I'm gonna get ahead. My brother waiting for me. You know what I'm saying? So you can come open the door. I'm gonna let you go, but make sure that you hit me up. Take my number. Make sure you hit me up.
That's how he got me to get it.
And let me know that you got home safe. You know what I'm saying?
That's how he made me take his number.
I didn't make you take anything.
You just said, take my number.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though. All right, so you would rather me not know that you got home safe after you was out with me for about 2:30 in the morning? I could have told
other people and they could have told you.
What other people?
I could have told your homeboy, his wife. They got your number.
Stop it, Father.
He wanted me to have it. You ain't want me to have it?
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but you making it seem like you said I made you take it. I don't do what you do. You make people do stuff.
That's not true.
Listen, man, by the end of the day, I had maybe $75 in my pocket. I left out with a nice little Mickey. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know what a Mickey is.
I left out with a nice piece of change in my pocket when I came outside. By the time, I ain't go nowhere but the liquor store. By the time I got to my brother's crib, I had $75 cash.
All right,
you know
so tell them what happened when you was wrapping it up because you noticed that I was getting tired.
I noticed she was getting tired, but like I said, you know, I was digging it. You know what I'm saying? I don't usually do this, but I did. I took a chance. We only live once. You know what I'm saying?
YOLO.
I'm human. You know what I mean? I got feelings. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Hold on. Show them the lips. Look at them. You see the lips?
They can see. They can't miss it.
You see the teeth and man, they was glistening. And you know how the nighttime when you sit in the car and the street lights hitting the windshield and it give you a certain bedroom look, right? So I'm like, damn. I'm like, yo, I need to see what them Jones feel like. So I'm like, yo, can I get a kiss? She like, a kiss? Now you bugging. I'm like, I'm bugging.
I never said that.
I'm like, I'm bugging. I'm like, whoa. How am I bugging? She was like, I just met you. I don't know where your lips been. I said, you going hard like that?
I didn't even say
I said, well, listen. I said, listen. I said, that's just a sign. And it's a language, and it's a signal of affection. And an expression. So she's like, yeah, but there ain't no kissing on my lips and all that. I said, you know what? You got it. My bad. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mean no harm. I just, I was caught up. You know what I mean? But fellas, y'all know what I'm talking about.
He was caught up in my essence.
I was. After you damn near threatened my life. Threatened to take my life.
Y'all know good and well.
If I ain't comply, I don't know what would have happened if I'd have told you no, I didn't want to go to the liquor store.
Oh my goodness.
Like clap me or something. I don't know, but anyway.
I know you glad you agreed to come.
Yeah, I am. Ultimately, yeah. All in all, I'm happy that I took a risk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I definitely took a risk, but I'm happy I did. You know what I mean? Word. So yeah, that's how the story really went.
Wow.
It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, I was making this whole big embellished story, and I got receipts. I got witnesses.
Oh.
So we can definitely call them to the stage if need be. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I'm with all that.
I'm with all that as well.
All right.
Okay. I want all of the smoke.
Okay. We're going to see. We're going to see.
All right.
But yeah, y'all, man, that's how the story went. You know what I mean? This is how we got to where we at. This is the start of how we got to where we at, today. And I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world with all the craziness, you know what I'm saying, and the dangerous risk that I was willing to take. You know what I mean? The dangerous risk you was willing to take too. Because I ain't gonna front, I'm a little crazy too.
A little.
But that's what make us us, you feel me?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my piece, y'all.
Thank you for sharing. So I definitely hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope to hear the feedback that you have for me or you have for P, because this was interesting.
It's the truth. ain't no interesting. It's the truth.
So I do want to say, if you want to see the visual, it will be on YouTube. I will share the link on the Blended Ties Instagram page. And if you don't follow, make sure you do. It's at BLENDEDTIES, and that's Blended Ties. And also on the YouTube, subscribe. We'll put more stuff up there for you guys. And until next time, love, peace, and blends.
Got him, y'all. Got him, y'all. Yeah.